Today I fucked up by forgetting what my wife was wearing. So my wife has an identical twin sister. It's incredibly difficult to tell them apart if I don't make a mental note of what she is wearing before we go to family gatherings. Even then, they tend to wear eerily similar outfits, without any planning. I guess it's that twin telepathic link, I don't know, but it's weird AF. So, 2 days ago we were invited to a family dinner at her parents' house. The whole family came. I was last to go through the line to get dessert, so I walked into the family room, where everyone was eating, and realized I completely forgot what my wife was wearing. It didn't help that we all had been drinking pretty heavily. I had no idea who to sit by. So I decided to just stand in the corner and eat my pie until I figured it out. Well, before I knew it, my confusion got the best of me and I ended up fucking her dad. It's super awkward now and I don't know what to do. Too long did not read. Got confused by my wife's twin sister and fucked their dad. You forgot to use obligatory to really sell your shit post. This is the most real story I've ever read on here. It's true, I was the dad. We've all been there, especially with your wife. Look, it's happened to the best of us. I was with you until the fucking the dad part, which confused me greatly. Today I fucked up by bringing my girlfriend to a Harry Styles concert. I never thought I would be in this position. I never thought I would want to break up with my girlfriend because she's in love with a celebrity. But here I am, scrolling through Reddit, looking for advice on how to handle this situation. It all started when I, 22M, brought my girlfriend, 22F, to see Harry Styles in concert. I thought it would be a great gift to bring her since we were both big fans of him. I was excited to see him perform, but my girlfriend was over the moon. She had been a huge fan of his for years, and she couldn't wait to see him live. As we watched the concert, I could see the pure joy and excitement on her face. She was singing along to every song, dancing in her seat, and grinning from ear to ear. I couldn't help but feel a little envious of the connection she had with him. After the concert, we went back to our hotel room and she couldn't stop talking about Harry. She talked about how amazing he was, how talented he was, and how she was in love with him. I didn't know what to say. In the weeks that followed, she started to withdraw from me. She spent all of her time watching Harry's interviews, listening to his music, and reading fan theories about him online. She even started to dress like him and adopt his mannerisms. I tried to talk to her about it, but she didn't want to listen. She said that Harry was her true love and that she couldn't be with someone who didn't understand her passion for him. I don't know what to do. I love my girlfriend, but I can't compete with Harry Styles. And I don't want to be with someone who is more in love with a celebrity than with me. I'm at a loss. I don't know if I should try to fight for my relationship or if I should just let her go. All I know is that I need advice, and I hope that someone on Reddit can help me. Too long did not read. I brought my girlfriend to see Harry Styles. Since then she has fallen in love with him and is starting to fall out of love with me. Update. Thank you all for the support and advice. I wasn't expecting so many people to see this, but it was helpful to type it all out and retell the story. After a lot of thought and contemplation, I have decided to have a serious conversation with my girlfriend about our relationship and her obsession with Harry Styles. I am nervous, but I know that it will be necessary for us to be honest with each other and to discuss our concerns openly. I'll try to update again tomorrow with how it goes. This relationship can only go in one direction. I think it's clear what you have to do. You have to fuck Harry Styles first to make her jealous. Leave this 14-year-old dude get out of that shit. I can't compete with Harry Styles. You're not. He doesn't know she exists and never will. Having said that, do yourself a favor and dump this immature, groupie wannabe. These parasocial relationships can sometimes really get out of hand. I mean, she's 22. Sometimes people have to lose someone to realize gay made a mistake. Maybe it really is a deal-breaker, but sometimes people meet again, later in life. Sounds like she went down the rabbit hole for Harry Styles in a very unhealthy way. You have to do what's best for you, if your partner refuses to do so. Today I fucked up by using hair removal cream on my ass. This actually happened in the summer of 2020 while we were in lockdown, in UK. But it never occurred to me that it could be a post on here until today. So during the lockdown, I, 23M, was stuck in a tiny flat with my girlfriend. I don't remember exactly why, but I asked her if I could use her Veet hair removal cream to get rid of my ass crack hair. She said yes, so I laid down on my front while she applied the cream, wiped it off a few minutes later and then washed everything down. All went well at the time, it felt great. Wiping my ass while being balled down there was just an amazing experience. Anyway. Fast forward to a week later, I start feeling some pain in what I thought at the time was my lower back. My girlfriend and I had just done a big deep clean of our flat, so I thought I might have twinged something while hoovering etc. A few days pass and the pain gets worse and worse. I then ask my girlfriend to have a look to see if she can see any bruising on my lower back. She checked and saw what I can only describe as a golf ball growing on the top inside of my ass crack. I ended up calling 111, in the UK. That's a number for non-emergency medical help, and they tell me I need to go to the hospital. So I go over to A&E, and have a few different people inspect and feel my crack, before being sent to another wing to a specialist. They tell me that the veet caused an ingrown hair, which then got infected and caused an abscess to grow. The positioning of it was the worst, as it was on the inside of my crack, and it was constantly rubbing and touching the other side of my crack. It didn't matter if I was standing or sitting, I was in constant extreme pain. They did some blood tests to see if the infection had spread. It hadn't, and decided I needed to go into surgery, while they put me to sleep, to open and drain the abscess. The story is not over here. The surgery went well. As soon as I woke up the pain was completely gone. It was slightly annoying as they cannot stitch up the incision, they had to leave it to heal from the inside out. This meant I had to go back every day for about 2 months for them to redress the wound. Although that's slightly annoying, the pain was gone, so I was happy. Anyway, remember I said they did some blood tests? A few days later, my arm, where they took the blood from, started hurting and bruising quite badly. After speaking to a few nurses, they said bruising can happen if the needle hit a nerve, but it should go down in a few days. A few days later, the bruising did not go down and my arm started swelling. I'll save your eyes from the pictures, which I do have, of my ass, but I'll show you my arm after a week. Opening square bracket. I ended up having to back to A&E and have an ultrasound as they thought it might have caused a blood clot. Luckily it hadn't, and although for a week my arm was locked in a 90-degree position, it did finally go down. All this, because I wanted a clean wipe. Too long did not read. I used hair removal cream on my ass crack. It caused an ingrown hair which then got infected and I had a golf ball-sized abscess growing in my crack. Needed to go into surgery to get it removed. Then my arm got bruised to shit from the blood test they did on me before surgery. You really think you can tell us you have a gross picture of your ass and not show us? There has to be a Reddit rule that's violated here. I got a golf ball-sized abscess in my ass crack when I was about 17. It was incredibly painful and eventually exploded. Cleared up with antibiotics but then refilled twice with 2 more puss explosions along the way. The worst was when I was playing football at lunchtime and someone kicked the ball directly into it. Had to go home to change my boxers. Dear Lord, you just had bad luck all around. You are lucky they knocked you out. In the US they just lance it while you're awake. Had one on my ass and they did it with just topical numbing cream and I almost passed out. Seriously, did they drop you when you were put under?